Welcome children. Take out your geography book. Today's topic is withering and denudation. Chemical withering. The decomposition of rocks by chemical process is called chemical withering. Chemical withering results from the action of weak acids and gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Chemical withering produces a chemical change in the minerals of rocks. High temperature and humidity cause the rocks to decompose. Chemical withering is done through the following four processes. Oxidation. The atmospheric oxygen combines with minerals of rocks, especially iron compounds, to form oxide. With the result, rocks get rusted as iron is rusted due to the presence of air and water. The original color of the rock changes into red, yellow or brown. The rock begins to decay and crumbles to a powdered mass or brown dust. This process is known as oxidation. Hydration. The chemical union of water with a mineral is called hydration. When rainwater enters the rocks, it increases the volume of rock. With the result, the pressure reduces the mineral into powder. Feldspar is reduced to kaolin due to hydration. Carbonation. Rainwater mixed with carbon dioxide is slightly acid. It dissolves limestone, chalk and marble rock. In limestone area, this acid water sinks to the ground and forms huge caves by a slow process of carbonation. Solution. Some of the minerals like rock salt and gypsums are dissolved in water. These minerals are removed in solution from the rocks. This process is known as solution. Agents of denudation. The earth is not stable. It is changing slowly but surely. The different landforms are being changed in their shape and size. Mountains have been leveled down to plains. Plains have risen out of lakes. Mountains have been uplifted out of ocean beds. Millions of years ago, there was Tethys Sea in place of the Himalayas. Land rises and sinks. Landforms are reduced and new landforms are born. These changes are results of action of a number of forces. The forces which bring about changes on the surface of the earth are called agents of change or geomorphic agents. Types of agents of change. The forces which are changing the face of the earth are of two types. Number one, internal agent. These forces work from below the surface of the earth. These forces have their origin deep down in the interior of the earth. These bring sudden changes on the surface of the earth. These are generally of three types: volcanoes, earthquakes, rise and fall of the land. External agent. The forces which work on the surface of the earth are called external agents. These forces modify the surface of the earth. They wear away, transport and deposit the material of the crust. Their work is threefold: erosion, transportation, decomposition. The following are the important external agents of change: withering, river, glacier, wind, sea, underground water. Sections of river course. The course of river from its source to its mouth may be divided into three sections. Number one, the upper course or mountain stage. The upper course of the river lies in mountain. In this course, the river has a steep slope. It has a gradient of 50 feet per mile. Erosion is the main work of the river. The river has a swift current. The river has a zigzag course. The river valley is deepened due to down cutting. The mountain stage as a whole is the stage of erosion. In this course, the river is called a young river. Main landforms. In this course, deep, narrow and V-shaped valleys are formed. Steep-sided valleys called canyons are formed as Grand Canyon in the USA. The rivers run through narrow, deep gorges as Indus Gorge in the Himalayas. Many rapids and waterfalls are formed in the upper course of the river as Niagara waterfalls in the USA and Jog waterfalls in India. In this course, rivers are useful for the development of water power. The rivers cannot be used for navigation. The middle course of valley stage. The middle course of a river begins where it enters the plain as the river Satluj enters the Punjab plains near Nangal. In this course, the river has a gradient of 10 feet per mile. The river has a gentler slope. The river has a slow current. It contains a large volume of water. Many tributaries join the main river. It increases the load of the river. Slides cutting is more powerful than down cutting. The work of erosion of the river is as important as its deposition. Transportation is the main work of the river. In this course, the river is called mature river. Main landforms. A broad V-shaped valley is formed due to side cutting. Alluvial fans are formed at the foot of the mountain. The river develops a winding course. Meanders are developed. Floodplains are built due to the deposition of sediments. Levees and oxbow lakes are formed due to the changing courses of the river. The river is important for irrigation, agriculture and settlement. The river is used for navigation. Number 3. The lower course or delta stage. In this course, the river runs across a broad level plain near its mouth. The river has a gradient of 1 foot per mile. The river flows very slowly. It develops great meanders over plain. The river is wide. It has a large volume of water. Many long and slow flowing tributaries join the river. The load of the river increases in this course down cutting slope. Deposition is the main work of the river. This is called the O stage of the river. Main landforms. Due to deposition of sediment, deltas are formed as Ganges Delta, Nile Delta. Deltas are fertile areas. These are best agricultural land. In this course, most of the rivers are valuable for navigation and irrigation. Now, let me give you some question answers from this chapter. Name the different external agents. Answer. The following external agents being on the surface of the earth: weathering, river, wind, glacier, sea waves. Question 2. On what factors does weathering depends? Answer. Weathering depends on structure of rocks, climate, vegetation, topography and slope of the land. Number 3. Name the gases which help in chemical weathering. Answer. The following atmospheric gases helps in the process of chemical weathering: oxygen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide. Number 4. Name the main process involved in chemical weathering. Answer. The main process involved in chemical weathering are oxidation, carbonation, hydration and solution. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.